When the compass spins and points every way, we're not lost, we're just making the day. And no straight lines, it's a wavy design. The Wonky Compass says we're doing just fine.
Hello and welcome to the Wonky Compass, the podcast where we embrace the idea that life is not a straight path and that's okay. It's a podcast about exploring neurodiversity brought to you by Lucca Skill Builders Academy. I'm your host, Philip Viljoen, and with me is Cherie and Ashley. Hi, how are you guys?
Hello.
Good and you?
Good. Hope everybody's good.
Yeah. Okay, so you had an exciting day yesterday,
I
Cherie.
did.
Tell us about it.
So, I was asked to speak at the Wisdom and Wellness podcast. It's their filmed podcast that they do. It's part of it's a Mama Moments segment that they do with MedShield.
All right.
So it's actually called Wisdom and Wellness with Mpumi Ledwaba. And I was nervous, but I had such a wonderful experience. It was really like the focus was a lot on mums, on neurodiversity, the support that's available there, and also just sharing experiences on what parents go through or what stigmas there are or what early signs they can look out for, and really just a supportive chat between a bunch of women, which was really, really nice.
That's really necessary. Did you guys know that most podcasters are white males?
Yeah, it's amazing. And she's
balding.
Balding white males.
Balding white males, specifically most podcasters.
Yeah, and I mean her podcast is number one female South African podcast.
Wonderful.
So yeah, no, it was amazing. It was amazing to meet all the other moms and the ladies that are they form part of like the Gal Pals. So we had like a little audience, and then it was interesting to do a filmed podcast.
Well, we'll probably get there sometime.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. So
The
no, it
studio's
was.
looking a bit better.
Yeah, we're not talking it right now.
We are not recording this out of a storage room at all.
Nope. So no, it was a lovely experience. It was nice to network. It was nice to just hear people's stories and share. It was such a natural conversation, which I don't know why I was even nervous in the first place.
How many moms were there? Like how many people in the...
So, the main speakers were obviously Mpumi, myself, and a mum. And then in almost like the audience, there was probably about, I would say, 10 to 15.
Oh, so you were in front of an audience?
Yes.
Wow.
So there were 10 to 15. And they were also either in a special needs field or a therapist, like an OT, or they were mums or part of like a specific foundation. So they also like shared their stories and also asked questions. And one question that actually came up, and I felt very prepared because of the Wonky Compass, was one mom had asked, why is there so many individuals with neurodiversity at the moment, like being diagnosed with ADHD and autism and this and this and that. And that, I mean, that's exactly what we spoke about in one of our episodes. So yeah, it was nice. It was nice to also not just be prepared, but to kind of just share what we had spoken about in our episode.
Yeah. Did you, so you were obviously talking a lot about from the perspective of a professional.
Yes.
Did you also talk about your experiences as a mom?
Yes, I think in the points or on the side of understanding what mums could feel, you know, we don't have a neurodivergent child, so I can't understand the experience, you know, down to the T. But also I could share from the perspective of that I'm a mom. I know how I feel about being a mom. I know how hard it can be being a mom, how rewarding it can be, but also how you worry and how you have mom guilt. But I spoke more of the understanding, you know, when I walked into Lucca's life when he was 3. And now he's, you know, he turned 18 on Sunday.
Yeah.
So
What an amazing
big
message Lucca's mom said.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, so I could share from Alison's perspective in that sense, being part of the journey for so many years and knowing the family and Lucca for so many years and understanding it, from an outsider's view to a point, what he had gone through. But I would say the main topics or the main talking points were really just early signs, what supports are available, or what advice would you give moms, and also just what positivity can we bring to it, because it can be something that's so misunderstood. I think especially in cultural diversity, so especially in the stigmas that can be around it in your villages where so a lot of like witchcraft or curses that had come into the conversation as well. So it was more from that perspective.
As soon as that episode comes out, we'll put a link to the episode in our show notes.
Yes.
So maybe it will be in this episode, maybe it will be in the next one, depending when they publish their episode.
Yes, yeah. And they've asked I need to send info about us as well. So they want info of our podcast, of the Skill Builders Academy and the Lucca Support and Care Center. So they'll add that to their info segment as well.
I want to, before we get into the topic that I kind of prepared for today, I wanted to ask if we could go a little bit more into the mom stuff real quick, since we're on that topic, and I can get a little bit more sensitive on a more delicate topic, if that's okay with you.
Yes, yeah.
So your eldest child is 2 now.
Yeah,
right?
just over
and
2.
Yes, and you're due another one sometime soon.
Yes, November.
November. It's going to
Wish
be
us luck.
delivered in November.
Yes.
So one of the, I've got kids that are 4 and one's turning 7 soon. One of the experiences that I went through as a parent was, working in the special needs, I was so aware of all the things that could go wrong.
Oh, 100%.
Now, your eldest is 2.
Yes.
You say there's no sign of neurodiversity at this stage, and there's no complications, or she's hitting more milestones, I assume, and that sort of thing. But 2 is very young.
Yeah, it's little. If you think about it, she's still a baby.
Yes.
Yeah. She's only been with us for 2 years, which is not a very long
adorable
time. Thanks. Sassy.
Yes. Whenever it's nap time, it's like, screaming then. Oh, what's the time?
It's nap time.
So I guess my question is then, are you guys still aware? Because let's say autism, for example, you got to get diagnosed at around 3 or so is when you get
typically,
diagnosed. Or at least signs need to start appearing before 3, right?
Yeah.
Are you guys looking out for that sort of thing? Is that still scary to you?
I think so, yes. I think you always look for something. I also try to not, just because of the environment where we're in, as a mom, generally I try to not overthink things and think too far ahead, which is something that I struggled with for a very, very long time. It was always that what if and overthinking and anxiety and the depression around, just that overthinking style. So yes, it's always things that you look out for, and I think if you've been in this environment, and I've been in it for a good, 14 years or 12 years, and if I notice something, I think I'm a lot more chilled now than I was in the beginning. She was a very difficult baby. She was very colicky, and quickly your mind can run away with you a little bit, and you're like, okay, does this mean this, or could it mean that, or so it's kind of having that balance of looking for the signs and having the knowledge and the education behind it, but also just letting your child be your child and you being the mom and not the teacher or the principal or the therapist, and just letting her be her.
So when Sadie's 18 and she's listening to this, you now have it on record that she was a difficult baby.
Yes.
And okay.
I'll remind her as well.
All right, that's fine. Okay, so it's not going to be a surprise to her.
No.
What do you think, Ashley?
Look, I think, to Cherie's point, I think you're always worried a little bit, especially because you've been working here for so long. You're exposed to neurodivergent kids, so I think it's always a worry, but at the same time, those things you just can't control. So although you're aware of certain things, I tend not to think about it too much, to be honest.
Okay.
Maybe more so when Sadie was still in the womb and with the new one still in the womb, every scan you go to, you're like, are the measurements okay? Is this okay? So maybe more during that process, I was a little bit more worried every time we went for a scan. But with her growing up now, not really. I mean, does it mean if she stacks up a couple of cars together or, has like a very rigid routine or, does that mean something? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But like Cherie said, I think your mind can run away with you if you put too much thought to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think because we've been exposed to what we've been exposed, it's always in the back of your mind,
Yeah, and it's an interesting time for kids to be growing up, I think, too, because you take it a few years ago, and especially with the medical model and stuff, either you're healthy or you're ill, right?
Yes.
So, you've got a disorder, you've got autism spectrum disorder or whatever, and that's a problem, and that needs to get fixed, and that needs to get worked on. These days, we're kind of more got a thing going on of, if you have some kind of diagnosis, and we kind of had this discussion before as well, it's not necessarily such a bad thing, right? So if you've got something more severe going on, then yeah, you're going to have to go into a special needs school and that sort of thing. But like if you've got autism, for example, that's not necessarily the case. You might do fine in a mainstream school still, and you might continue to live a quote-unquote very normal life, so it is an interesting experience being a parent.
It is. And I think just inherently you worry for your children. You always think of their future, and when you become a parent, your focus shifts completely, your life changes completely. And they in an essence, especially in their early forming years, they become almost your one and only priority. And I think with everything else, you can either go completely overboard and turn into a bit of a helicopter mom, or you can be too relaxed, and so it's with everything, just finding that balance that would be healthy for your child, but also healthy for your marriage, healthy for you as an individual. And I think that's also that just sparked something as well that came up yesterday, was just you are not just a mom, but you are still you, and you still have hobbies and you still have likes and all of that. So it's maintaining that balance that I think makes all the difference.
Yeah, I mean, I think also being a parent changes your perspective on things, like if you go back to like neurodivergent kids, and I've obviously got a brother who is neurodivergent, and the age gap is quite big. I mean, he's 18 and I'm turning 37, so like when he was born, I'm kind of on my own mission in my own world. You don't pay attention to how difficult things are for or were for my parents. You just don't have a concept of that reality, right? And I think now, like looking back on it now that I'm a parent, it's like, if I think about how much I love Sadie and how difficult it was to in periods to raise her, even though she's neurotypical, it only gives you like a lot of respect for how they raised him and what they went through and the challenges they would have had, and just I think the psychological in inverted brackets like damage that can cause raising a neurodivergent kid. Like it must be really, really hard, and really like emotional to have to deal with. And so I think now that we have our own, it has kind of made me think about those things in the past,
Yeah, absolutely. It does change your perspective 100%. And what I always found the biggest difference between pre-parent and after parent is I don't have excuses anymore, right? It's just like, I don't feel like doing that, and I don't really have to. There's like, there's no don't feel like doing that.
Yes.
You better do it.
There's no other choice.
Exactly. So I think one thing that we should definitely do is invite some of the Lucca parents to come do an interview. It's something I've been meaning to do for a
Yeah,
while.
I think that would be amazing.
Yeah, actually, I just went to actually pick some stuff up at Ambrose, and he even said to me in the car, was talking about the podcast, and he was like, "Are you going to have parents on?" And
Absolutely.
so we can give our perspective, and I think that's cool. Like, it's definitely something we'll do.
Yeah, let's send out a few invites after the holiday.
Yeah.
And we're going to have siblings on. So
Yes.
I don't know if you want to join for that one, but I've got a few siblings lined up. Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Okay.
Okay, the other thing that I wanted to also point out is this morning I looked at my Spotify and I went, oh yeah, so I followed us on Spotify just so I can have a quick listen through it and just hear if the quality's okay and all of that. And I saw that I spelt the name of episode 3 wrong. I spelled perspective.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't even notice that.
And then I
How
went,
dare you?
I went, oh no, I messed up. And then I went, it's the Wonky Compass. It doesn't matter. That's how I was dyslexia when I was a kid. It doesn't count. It's neuro-divergent, right?
Yeah, it's part. It's wonky. It's mine.
So I'm just going to keep it like that now.
Well, to be honest, I did not even notice. So
There we go. It's an extra E in there. But now I'm second guessing myself. But anyway, nobody else noticed. Maybe I'm hallucinating.
I'll double check afterwards.
Thanks. Today, the Wonky Compass led us around in circles, and we are right back where we started. We're here at our own Skill Builders Academy, and we're going to talk about what we do here and about sheltered employment. So that's our topic a little bit. So the part of this podcast, which I think we mentioned before, is to provide not just a voice for the parents and for us, but also for the people that will be employed here, that will be getting services here and employed. So we've already had a few people that are, a few of the kids and a few of the adults that have come by here who are interested in radio and podcasting and that sort of thing. And coming up a little bit later, I've recorded some of their voices, and they're going to be giving us some of what they think on some questions that I asked. But for now, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what we do and sheltered employment in general. So my first question is, how did we come across this idea? And so I'll just go from my perspective quickly. You guys said this is something you wanted to do. And then I went, that sounds great. Could I also do that? And then I kind of latched myself on here and wormed my way in. So how did you guys come across the idea of providing a safe environment for these adults that don't have anything else?
So basically, looking at the supporting care centre side, we at the centre side we take from birth up to 21, and questions that we get a lot of, or that we used to get a lot of times, especially for our 2 older groups, our teenagers. Some of them have turned 18 now, some of them are 16, 17, 15, and was what's next? What's going to happen after this? And I think that while Alison was also still, quite involved, that sparked the idea of let's open something. We already have a vocational section within the supporting care center where we are already teaching them basic skills to start preparing them. So we have that already. Let's further extend it. I think there aren't many places available for young adults with special needs. And it also creates a longevity for our current Lucca learners. It's a place for them to go to. It's not a given. They don't have to, but it's an option. And that made the parents very excited. But then it also opened up a space for external young adults that want to practice skills and want to feel part of something and want to feel a sense of purpose and want to reach their potential, their fullest potential. And that kind of sparked the idea. It happened very quickly. A lot of research and time, and that had gotten into it on what would be the best skills to kind of include. And, a couple of months later, it was Jan 2025, and we had opened. Yeah, but I think the sole purpose was to create longevity for our current learners at the care centre, but also to open up a space for other young adults.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if, you pretty much said everything, but I think, Yeah, I mean, I think there's so many schools / institutions for younger kids, and 0 to 6 and teenagers, but then when they hit 18, there aren't many places. And I think that was part of it as well. Like Cherie said, to give our kids somewhere to go afterwards if they choose to, which is great. So we can keep them and we don't have to send them on their way at 18. And I think just other neurodivergent adults out there, to feel a part of something. A space where they can feel a part of something, I think is great. So yeah, it came across pretty quickly. I think Alison and Cherie were more involved in that whole setup than I was, to be honest. But yeah, I think it's great.
Also, what are our goals here? What are we trying to achieve with this place?
Make as much money as possible and then disappear.
Well, yeah, of course, but we don't say that part out loud.
Oh, sorry.
That's
Are we recording?
That's supposed to go to the bloopers at the end, Ash.
Sorry.
No, I think if I look at just our vision and our mission at Lucca Supporting Care Centre is to create a space for our kids to be safe, to feel loved, to be happy, to be celebrated, not fixed, but developed and nurtured. I think that follows through quite nicely into the Skill Builders Academy as well, but then with the added benefit of learning how to be more independent and finding a further purpose to their lives. And I've seen this with our current teenagers as well, as they are, they're starting to notice that this is what's happening in the world around us. And, a lot of them are into their online gaming and chats and all of that, and they're speaking to their peers. And a lot of them are picking up that, and they, from an emotional side and a social perspective, that they feel different. And that brings up a lot of anxiety. And, I think if we then look back at our previous episodes where we just spoke about acceptance and awareness and places for our young adults to go to, it's hard for them. It's really difficult. So that then becomes the perfect opportunity to create a sheltered employment environment where they can be themselves, they can learn, they have a sense of purpose, and they can get something from that.
Yeah, I mean, even if they learn whatever skill it might be, coding or IT, woodworking, whatever it may be that we offer, I think it's, maybe one of them learns something that they can use when they leave the Skill Builders Academy even, and earn a living from and be good at. And I think that's, that's cool. It just gives them more opportunity.
Yeah. It opens a few more doors.
Yeah, it opens a few more doors.
I think for me, what I found a lot of value in as I've started my work with adults, also with a lot of the, I started my work with kids and then they all kind of grew up. Now I'm working with kids and adults. So, but what I found a lot of value in is a kind of community building thing. So part of my focus is not just skill building, but also community building. To have an environment in which you feel like you belong there.
Exactly.
Right? And even so far as to go that we have this productive, happy environment that we can show other people and be like, it doesn't need, you don't need to necessarily exclude these people. Yeah, you might need to do things a little bit differently than what you were doing before in a business sense or in a community sense or whatever, but there's no reason to exclude. We can all kind of like prove to people that they can be productive and that they can have a positive effect on society. They don't need to get locked up in their house for the rest of their lives or kind of get put in an institution and be like, well, I'll just kind of make sure that you're fed and you have some engagement and whatever for the rest of your life. No, you can be a productive part of society, and I think that belonging and that productivity can bring a lot of kind of satisfaction.
100%. Yeah. It boils down to quality of life and satisfaction with your life, and just also going back to what was discussed yesterday was not just mixing people together for it to be inclusive, but for us and society and the environment to also start changing, that it's a lot easier for our neurodivergent kids or young adults to come in and form part of it, because we're not just expecting them to change, but we're changing so that they can also adapt a little bit easier.
Yeah, absolutely. Change happens through behavior and environment, right?
Exactly.
You've got to change both of those if you want to see change that is meaningful.
Exactly.
Yes, I mean, we've been working here so long, this feels normal to me, whatever normal means.
Yeah, it is. It is. That's our normal.
Yeah.
Shifting that window. What kind of clients are we looking for? You know, who do we want to provide services for? Who do we want in the sheltered employment area? What do you guys think?
I don't think there's a limit.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a limit, and that's but that's the core of what Lucca Supporting Care Centre is as well, is creating a space where it's for everybody.
Yeah.
Because I think it happens a lot where, you know, it has to fit, or they have to fit within a certain age range, or they all have to be potty trained, or they have to have this set of skills, or they need to be able to do this to join.
Or
So I
hand
think
over
it,
hand or
yeah,
whatever it is.
exactly. I think it's the same as the core of Lucca, and that's for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the things that attracted me most to this endeavor, is that anybody is welcome, right? Unless you're normal, then get out of here. But yeah, I don't care whether you've got CP and you can only move one hand or
Exactly.
whatever, or whether you are kind of a autistic and you're more on the kind of old Asperger side of that, and you just can't find proper employment, we will make a space for you
Exactly.
no matter what.
Yeah.
And similarly, if there's like, if the individual is engaging in behaviors which could disqualify them from other situations, I still want to welcome them here, and that would be part of our skill building, is to work on, okay, how do we work around these behaviors and these learned kind of situations to get them to have a meaningful place to go
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited for that. You know, I'm excited for the challenge of somebody coming in and being like, okay, where can we place you? And that's kind of on us. Everybody can have a place. We just need to find it for them and make it work for them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well said.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anything else you guys wanted to say about Skill Builders Academy?
I think it's as any new venture, it takes time, and it takes marketing, and it takes getting our name out there, and it takes patience. But I think it's an amazing thing. It's something that I want it to succeed, not just for us, but for even our young adults or our teenagers actually at the center, because it becomes a space for them.
Well, exactly. I mean, even if we don't get in a ton of, let's say, external kids that are currently from, you know, the Lucca Support and Care Centre side, there's still a whole bunch of kids that side that are going into their 18s, 19s, 20s, you know, and they need somewhere to go. So there's that whole group of people that side coming through, which could potentially filter into the Skill Builders Academy, and then, you know, a couple of younger kids come that side, and it's kind of like a nice filtering system, you know.
Yeah, awesome.
But yeah, it's a journey, just as the start of Lucca itself was a journey. It's a journey that we are passionate about. It's a journey that we want to make succeed for our youth.
What we're going to do now is I went around the school and I got some of the guys, asked them some questions, and I recorded what they said.
Cute.
So we'll listen to that right now, and then we can comment about it a little bit.
Oh, it's like those React videos.
React video.
Exactly. The first question I asked was, what animal are you most like? Now, some of them got a different meaning from what I was, that they didn't quite understand the question, but that's fine, and that's fun. Let's hear what they said. What animal are you most like?
Oh, there's a lot. I've been researching about kitsune, and then once I got through that, I think it's orange, because if I just research on just Wikipedia or something, that the kitsune is a Japanese art. but kitsune have different colors.
What's a kitsune?
It's a mythical animal that is a fox with 9 tails.
Oh, cool, like Naruto.
Yeah, and then I think I got attached to it something.
So you are most like the nine-tailed fox.
Yes.
Awesome. Which animal are you the most like?
Giraffe.
Are you most like a giraffe?
Yeah.
Why?
Because.
What makes them cool?
Elephant.
But what makes a giraffe cool, I want to know. What do you like most about the giraffe?
Everything.
And you like elephants too, eh?
Yeah.
Because elephants are strong? And a giraffe is?
Big.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else you want to tell me?
That's all.
Right. Most fun question, but maybe I've heard the answer already. What animal are you most like?
Bunny.
Bunny again, eh?
My favorite, I like wild dogs.
But are you like a wild dog?
Yes, I like a wild
You run in a pack and eat meat. Why are you like a bunny?
because I have bunny teeth.
Oh, I see. All right. Anything else you guys want to tell me?
No.
Okay. What animal are you the most like?
Werewolf.
You're most like a werewolf, really. When the moon is full, do you turn into a werewolf?
Yes, it's.
Can you also howl?
This is.
Oh, that's like a roar.
Yeah.
And do you like werewolves?
Yes.
What do you like most about them?
Werewolf. Werewolf got more heads.
More hairs.
The head for here.
Awesome. Question I have for you is what animal are you the most like?
Like a lion.
Why a lion?
Because lions are predators.
Are you a predator? So how are you like a lion?
Because apart, like for example, when Craven got bitten by a lion, and that's when he became the hunter.
So you are like a hunter, like Craven.
Yeah.
Very cool. Is that your favorite animal too? Lions?
Yeah.
Okay. What else do you want to tell me?
The thing about I really like is only wild animals.
Zombie world animals.
Yeah, wild animals.
Ah, all right. What animal are you most like?
Horses.
Oh, horses. Why do you like horses?
Cause.
Are you like a horse?
No.
Can you make a horse noise?
No.
No. Do you ride horses?
Yeah.
What's your horse's name?
Shake it.
Oh, really? Is he big? And what do you do with him?
Walk it.
And walk it, and do you do jumps?
Yeah.
Wow. Isn't that too hard? Don't you get scared?
No.
What else do you want to tell me?
There's something like that.
Okay. What animal are you the most like?
It's the horses.
Are you like a horse?
Yes.
Why?
Because you can ride a pony.
Oh, I see. Do you
Yeah.
like riding ponies?
Yes.
Do you actually go ride?
Yes.
What's your pony's name?
Cowboy. Yeah.
Awesome, dude. What
Yeah.
else do you want to tell me?
All these.
I'll ask those questions later. I'm not going to ask all the questions today. I'll get you in another time.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, that is so sweet. Some of their responses are just, I think also with so many of them, especially in that class, they've been with us for so long that you just instantly you just know, and you, like their answer is kind of, you expected them to answer that.
Yeah, I
It's
think
so
most
sweet.
of them just literally picked their favorite animal, the animal they like. They didn't necessarily get the concept of like what symbolizes them.
Yes.
Because I have bunny teeth, so I'm like a bunny, you know. It's a nice comparison.
A few of them got it, right?
Yeah.
It was quite interesting to watch, and then I would ask for further explanation, and then they're like, wait, nobody ever asked me more questions
Yeah,
about
why?
my favorite animal. What
Yeah.
am I supposed to say now?
Yeah.
So it was quite interesting to
Very
kind of
interesting.
see them figure that out,
Yeah.
you know.
And some of them are just so funny.
Yeah.
Sure.
I really enjoyed that.
Oh,
I
it
think
is
I'm going to
sweet.
save the other recordings for next time, and we'll do that every time. So I've got a few more
Yeah.
recordings coming up, and I'll make a few more. I even asked the class that they should make up their own questions.
Yes,
They maybe
I
can
saw.
interview me, or
Yeah, I
they
saw
can
Catherine
answer
had
their
sent
questions.
out like homework for their class to say
That's cool, yeah.
the class needs to come up, or each child needs to come up with some questions that they want to ask. So
Yeah,
sweet.
it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And we'll put that in every time.
Yeah, that'll be lovely.
All right.
Yeah, the voices of Lucca.
Yes, that's right. Anything else you guys wanted to talk about?
No, nothing specific. We've got midterm, half term coming up next week.
Yeah.
So a nice time for everybody to catch a refresh. Probably like me and the parents, for them it's usually a busy time.
Yes.
But yeah, just for all of us to just get a nice refresh in the week and, you know, get a few things done that we don't necessarily always get time for, you know, in the day to day.
You're going to stop all your work so that you can do other work at home.
Yeah.
Not work at home, Philip. we're gonna relax a bit.
I always have work.
Oh, there'll be bits and pieces here and there, but not work.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be good.
That's all we have for you today. We're putting away the compass until next time the journey calls. Our outro comes from Tom. And he says, it's a good one, awareness is key. Be aware of the noise around you so you don't get overstimulated.
Oh, I love that. That's a good one.
That is a good
That's
one.
a good one.
Good advice.
Yes.
From Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
If you, the listener, would like to help me with my outro woes, please email your suggestions to thewonkycompass@gmail.com. The email address will be in the show notes. You can also email any comments you have on our content or any suggestions for topics you would like us to talk about. We're eager to engage with our audience, and thank you very much for listening to us again.
Bye.
Yay.
Cute, man.
How professional are we compared to the other podcast you're on?
Not as professional.
We're walking around our storeroom.
In terms of the studio, probably, but
I must say, it still followed like a very, very natural, like conversational flow, even there.
That's the most interesting thing to listen to, right? Either that or somebody who's really very well prepared and knowledgeable about a topic, which I like to do as well sometimes. But,
Yeah. No, we'll get there.
yeah. We'll get a studio.
We just.
Yeah, you're not allowed to laugh in between. Okay.
it's you making noise this week. Not
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, you haven't
I'm
moved your feet.
medicating myself. I have to try and get all of this gone by the recording time. But yeah.
Shut up. So, I ran for nothing. Okay.
All right. So
Silly. I'm busy with your charts again. Your candles. Your wicks.
Weeks.
Your low lows and your high highs and your high lows and your low highs.